application.
I mean, listen, I
Uh-huh.
can.
The DC would probably be lower. That's not my call, though.
You can choose to fail.
Oh,
Yeah, but
well, I
you
don't know you.
know who Elio is, yeah.
Correct. Like in the future, you could choose to fail. To be fair, didn't our characters like meet once a while ago?
We said that you guys had met once, yes, a while ago,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah,
in depth.
that doesn't mean you would know that I am conjuring you from across the plane.
Yeah, also, Esmond definitely does not remember you.
No, that's fair. I only remember Esmond because I met like 3 people.
Ever? Oh, that makes sense. He was one of them.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. I met like 3 people.
Okay, well, don't take it personally. Esmond doesn't remember anything. He forgot that he didn't tell his dad that he had a son.
No, listen, I'm not taking it personally. I get it.
Thank you.
That's it. I am going to conjure you one day.
That's, you know what? I look forward to it. Sorry for delaying, Welder.
No, it's fine.
With discussions of various conjurings.
Yeah, if you ever remember Elio in a pinch and soul read that he's got a magic book and you don't want to be in a situation, hit me up, you know?
I got
Currently in the
send
middle of something, unfortunately, called The Horrors of Dragon.
Yeah, you are in a bit of conflict. You're kind of in a war
Yeah,
zone.
it'll be fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a warlock. I got no spell slots.
Suffer.
Pray,
I am.
bitch.
You've got a rod.
I used it because I had to spend my spell slot to make sure we didn't fucking die in a library.
Yeah, there was that.
Well, you know, cross your fingers.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Everyone else will cope.
So Savior,
Hello.
where we last were with Esmond was Esmond agreeing to something that even you initially forgot what it was, which was fitting since Esmond didn't know what it was.
He just like me for real.
But upon agreeing to this, sorry, jeez. Upon agreeing to this, you sensed the call, pushing and reaching for this, as it called it, a gate almost, and gonna little crack open to see if it would help any. The call. Didn't know what it was, just knew that it shone like stars and was inside you somehow. And you didn't know what it was. And as this gate it first cracks open and there is a swell of emotions, what do you think is the primary emotion that jumps to you with this knowledge that you now have access to a very large amount of power?
Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of the prospect of more responsibility, of more obligation and pressure, and
That is your
feeling like
that is your heartbeat reaction on this realization. Just to be clear. Like, not even time to digest it.
yeah, fear.
Fair?
Because his immediate reaction to power is that nobody he's ever met who has large amounts of power has ever been a good person.
I think the call would take offense, but yeah.
Well, large amounts of power in the sense of, like, the dread. At this point, you know, Gabriel, the dragon, what was her name? Vorseg.
Alrighty.
All of these, like, powerful figures.
What does his fear feel like to him, sensation-wise?
Like, a pit in his stomach. Like, anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts in the stomach that kind of feels like a hole that dips down, but then extends out into the tips of his fingers until they're numb.
Mm-hmm. Then, Esmond, as you have this first beat of power, before the second one even comes, you can see how everyone around you stumbles for a moment, falters in their step. You're fine, you're solid. You may be fearful, but your body is okay. But you can see, even now, as the ground begins to ripple, as if it's not steady under anyone else. You start to see how everyone else around you starts to look drawn and a bit pale. And what would you say is the second emotion that hits you on this following beat?
It's like relief followed that's kind of tinged with guilt almost.
Mm-hmm.
And relief because in having this access to this potential font of power, he is relieved because knowing what he knows about what's just happened to Winter, he is scared for like the town. But maybe in accepting whatever this is that the call is opening, it means that he might not die again, or he might not die. Two, as much as Esmond resents responsibility that he thought he wanted, he still wants to rise to sort of that need and necessity for someone to, I guess, protect. Yeah. So, relief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, elation.
Alright. In that initial reaction, it hadn't even registered as you affecting the world around you. But as that second beat hits, in the back of your mind, you become aware that that was you. That was your fear projecting to everyone around you with no target at all. And it was even beginning to affect the world itself. The ground falling out from underneath people like the pit in your own stomach. But that relief, that elation, you feel this time you're more conscious of it. You're more able to focus it. Who would you like to direct that relief towards?
I guess,
It doesn't have to be one person.
like, the people of Armath. I want them to feel, like, confident and relieved in having this sort of, like, guardian, I guess, who is concerned and worried and takes responsibility for their safety and their well-being from the things that, you know, are in Nexus and that want to hurt them, that threaten their lives. So yeah, probably the people of Armath.
Yeah. When you had first seen who you now know to be the Dread, when she had first showed up here at the gates not even a minute ago, you had seen another person come up along beside her, and there had been others with her. You're not sure who the others are. In this flicker of an instant, it's impossible to absorb all of the faces. But you are able to recognize they are non-allies, and they are with the Dread. And as this emanation of fear comes from you, it doesn't affect the dread. That is her. She drinks it in like it is food.
I'm in her fucking house!
But you see everyone else behind her had started to falter, to slip, like your own companions were. But as you direct that relief to your companions, to the people of Armath, it's almost like you can feel... You can't quite see, but it's like this instinct in the back of your head that you suddenly become aware of. The sensation of emboldening the people around you. You've always known, you know, that you can give inspiration to people. You've seen it, you've done it. But now you can feel it. You can feel how it strengthens their bodies. You can feel how their limbs are looser, ready for a fight, how their hearts beat stronger, how their steps aren't shaky anymore, and how minds that were beginning to become clogged with fear have cleared now, and know that whatever is going on, they feel more rejuvenated. And you think, you've never inspired yourself, Esmond, but you think maybe that's what it's like. And on this third final beat, what do you think your third primary emotion is?
Probably anger.
Anger at who?
Just... It's not really directed. It's probably... at this moment, directed at the dread. Directed at these people who are trying to ruin something that he worked hard for. That are trying to, like... yeah, like, ruin it. Like, in the same way that Havoc tried to dismantle it, all that rage that he felt towards her, and the vindication, and just hatred, kind of, that he felt towards her, sort of directed at the dread.
Yeah.
Because fuck her. It's the anger of trying, of like, of, you know, getting your fucking gates stormed. It's also the, like, anger and rage and hatred of sort of a neglected child.
Yeah. Then, in this, what you know to be a brief moment, where you feel like you are free of this, but everyone else around you seems like they're moving through honey. And those first three emotions flash through you in that instant of the gate breaking open, or at least being cracked open. And you feel that rage, righteous anger at your home being invaded, your mother daring to show her face here again, and you can see her smile. and then everything resumes movement, and it is a clash of sound and metal, and you see the woman alongside the dread lifting at first what you think is some kind of disc on a golden chain and swinging it towards you, and quickly realize is instead a censer. And you see Hayes stepping up alongside you to try and block the blow. What would you like to do, as it now feels like you're the one moving through honey? There is this building penguin.
Are they inside Armath?
They're like at the gate.
Okay.
Like the clash, the sound around you, the flurry of movement. It's the people behind the dread who seem to be, you're not sure if they're normal or not normal. Your vision is a little bit tunneled right now, but they're clashing with the townspeople who are trying to keep them out. And there is this pain in your chest, just sharp and hot. And somehow it doesn't feel foreign. It feels like it's always been there. You just never noticed it.
Man, I don't want to open this shit up more because I still want to play Esmond.
Do what feels right for Esmond. We'll figure out what comes after.
I want them to leave.
I mean, you have the ability.
Yes, I want to force them out.
And then go ahead, pull up your ability, and let's see what you gotta do and what they gotta do.
They need to make a DC 19 charisma save.
Alright, let me get my notes. Shockingly, I did not have them pulled out.
Insane.
Truly. Don't think Juice has seen this ability before.
I don't think anybody's seen this ability before.
You've literally used it in front of the rest of the party.
Did I?
Well, during the invasion.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck is your ability of making them leave?
I have borders. I have boundaries. And if people cross them, then I get to be mentally ill about it.
That's fair.
Nice.
I'm happy for you. Well, not that you're mentally ill, but you know.
Forcibly kick people out of Armath. You know, like a Discord mod, kicking people from the server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a Discord mod.
Alright.
It's only if they actually want to harm Armath, though. He can't do it just because.
Just because they're being cringe.
Yeah, he can't do it because of being cringe.
And what's
the Pokemon server?
What's the save
19.
For? Yes, but what?
Oh, charisma.
Charisma? Alright, you watch as the people who were beginning to clash with the townspeople of Armath do begin to be repelled out. What does it look like, do you think, as you forcibly repel these people away from the gates?
I don't think it hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so they're being repelled as in they can't come in.
Yes.
Okay.
And technically, your area that you protect extends beyond just the walls as well. It's the top of this hill that the town is built on. So you can force them further than just the gates.
Okay. I think it looks like there's nothing really there when they don't press up against it, but when they do, I think it's like this kind of falling sort of dust, almost like a thin, glittering, still like see-throughable sheet of sand. Like hot sand.
Hot sand.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It returns.
It's always been here.
Oops.
It always comes back. Yeps.
Alright, as you are forcing these people out and this hot sand blocks them, you are aware that the woman who is swinging around the censer like it is a fucking weapon resisted. and it did not take hold of the dread.
Well, no shit.
You could have failed it. It'll work eventually.
Oh no, you know if somebody succeeds.
No, that's what I meant. It could have worked.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to the dread.
Is this a... Oh, never mind.
Because she's my
GG,
mom.
I guess.
She gets to come into my room whenever she wants.
Is this like a once a long rest thing, or is this just a click the button until they fuck off thing?
I don't recall off the top of my head. What does it say, Ray?
It's a bonus action.
Does it say how many times you could do it? Because I doubt I would let you do it forever. Man, I gotta edit that later.
Yeah. Yeah, I know if somebody succeeded, but I do not know who it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I already told you.
Thanks.
So, I mean, I'll say that you would know for a fact that it completely washes over the dread. It does not touch her, and she just
she walks through the sand.
A crooked smile as she begins to walk forward. And you are you are as you take this second action, and you kind of feel movement returning to your limbs, but they feel off. It feels like you're buzzing with this energy. Your very fingertips are tingling painfully, as it's almost like electricity is in every bit of your body. And as you instinctually look for your brother, you see again that woman with the sensor trying to swing it towards you. Very like, what's his weapon called? Trevor with, what is it, Vampire Killer?
Yes.
Very like...
Is she like trying to fucking combat me?
Oh yeah, she is. And you watch as your brother steps in the way again, and her sensor wraps around the handle of his great axe. And they are trying... He is attempting to go toe-to-toe with something. You're not quite sure what she is. You haven't seen her before. You haven't met her. But she moves confidently and has this kind of, like, emanating power to her.
Is the sensor on, like, a chain?
Yes.
Okay, I cast heat metal.
Get fucked. Good trick.
She does not bat an eye.
Okay, well, she takes damage still. I'm not letting her get away with this.
Go ahead if you want to roll.
She takes 12 fire damage. And she'll take more later.
You watch it burn the wooden handle of Hayes' great axe. It doesn't break.
You know, at least it's, you know. I don't know what to do here.
Then, as you begin to be struck by indecision, not sure what is the best action to take next, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm so bad at those.
You're a bard, right? Aren't you good at those?
Oh, fuck! Unnatural 20!
Hell yeah. As you notice that you can't hear the call, and you're not sure where it is, and the gate is still opening. But you manage to grit your teeth. Do you allow it to open, or are you trying to force it closed again? Or even hold it where it is?
I'm just gonna keep it where it is. Might need the sauce.
Alrighty. With a natural 20, you can absolutely do that.
It's an unnatural 20.
That still applies.
It's a dirty.
Yeah. Hello, hold on a second.
Okay.
Did they? Oh, okay, no, they didn't. I got worried there for a sec. And as you are focusing, trying to hold this in position, trying to find... It's this very odd sensation of like when you're trying to flex a muscle, you don't know how to flex. And you think it's working, but it's a very odd sensation. And the dread takes another step closer, and another step closer.
I'm going to grab Hayes by the arm.
All other sounds seem to fade away.
Don't play Moon! Don't you dare! Fucker!
Oh boy, I know this song. I've heard this one before once.
I heard it in a description.
Yeah. And a bunch of times since.
Actually, the easiest boss fight in the game.
Yeah. She's not.
So this should be free.
And as you grab Hayes and pull him to you, I need you... So let's say roll Arcana.
Big money! 6!
You try to tug him to you, but whatever it is that is narrowing your vision around you, making everything else dark, like a fucking Minecraft darkness effect has been applied to you by the warden.
Back in the fucking building.
You somehow can't pull him through this darkness. You know that he is there. He is physically nearby. But somehow you simultaneously know he is not in this exact space with you.
On God, if this woman calls me a mouse, I'm opening the gate.
She is now about an arm's reach away from you, and she comes to a stop, staring down at you, and her eyes still glowing.
How tall is she?
Especially, I've told you, she's fucking tall.
How tall is tall? Tell me a number.
I think last time I said she was something like nearly 7 feet.
Jesus fuck. Well, we're almost the same height. That's fine. She's
tall.
7 inches taller.
She's got big boots on. Of course she's taller than you.
Okay.
And her eyes glow somehow even brighter in the additional darkness that you now know for sure is coming from her. And she pauses to see if you'll do anything. Just kind of got this expectant smile.
Baited.
I'm getting baited. Esmond will just watch her back. He'll try to take a small step backwards to put a little bit more space. There.
You don't seem to travel much.
Alright, that's fine. You know, I'll take an inch. I gotta turn the music down. This shit's spooky. You gotta talk first, or else I'm too shy.
She stares down at you, and you can hear the fighting going on around you. And
Ned, it's Moon.
It's going well.
And she eventually says, "Well, now is that the way you greet your mother?" Not very.
I hate this.
Not very inviting now, is it?
You know, we don't have to do this sort of acknowledgement of that in any sense.
I'm not allowed to come say hello.
You gave me a very, very nice hello earlier this year.
Had to make sure it was you now, didn't I?
You could have just, you know, stopped by, asked, maybe.
A bit too casual for my taste.
Well, fuck your taste.
Boy, you better start getting used to chasing your taste. That's gonna become real important to you very soon.
Why are you here again? You come to check something again?
Oh, I don't need to check anymore. I did my checking. I put in that crack. And now somebody's widening that crack, ain't they?
Why are you here?
Well, you see, some meddling asshole tried to fuck with my work. But he should have known that it wouldn't hold forever. You'll become who you're meant to be soon enough.
Who the fuck do you think I'm supposed to be?
My offspring, if we're gonna be formal about it.
That's... that is a state of being that somebody has. You're my mother.
You're the perfect
That's
sum
not
of
something
two
you
parts.
grow into!
You're the perfect sum of two parts. And apparently those parts are finally waking up. You're a bit different than I was expecting, but that was a given. Your first reaction was really indicative of who you take after the most.
I don't want this.
It doesn't matter what you want. This is what you are. It's undeniable, boy.
You said somebody was meddling. So you're here to stop meddling, I take it?
Not quite my jurisdiction. Doubt you'd take kindly to me breaking that open by force.
Is it being broken open in the sense of...
You're holding
Never
it.
mind.
You're holding it quite well, ain't you?
Kind enough, which I think is plenty indicative of the sentiment that maybe what I want does matter. If you're suggesting I should be more inclined toward chasing my own fucking taste, and maybe that's my taste.
She shifts, and with a rustle of fabric, she slowly begins to walk in a loose loop around you, just kind of watching you. From what I can tell, people would consider you, what, kind, motivated towards justice, helpful, a leader, all sorts of good things. But I know what I hear. And what I hear is a whole lot more than that. I thought it'd be one thing. Your father was a bit more optimistic. But you're more than either of us could have imagined. And yet your first instinct was fear. You could have just said you missed me.
Just because people feel basic human emotions does not mean that they are exclusively thinking of you. If I didn't inherit my ego, from my father, then I assume I got it from you.
It seems you're more me than we ever thought.
Can we be done here? Please?
You're gonna want to watch yourself. I may not have a beat on it all just yet, but if you're anything like what I think you might be, you've got a lot of potential. And those feelings of yours, they're not only yours. And Esmond, you realize that in this moment, as you were getting agitated, angry, scared all over again, you can almost feel around you the atmosphere of the other townspeople, of Hayes still trying to fight this other person. That it's almost infecting them. It's emanating all from you, and it's almost like it's covering up what they might actually be feeling, and instead they are mirroring your emotions. That's a lot of responsibility, boy. You think you can keep control of it? You think you can figure out how to close that again? You think you're ever gonna be normal again? Not that you ever were.
I don't have the capacity to debate with you what the fuck normal means. Here. Anywhere. If you came here just to tell me to watch my ass, message received.
No.
I hear you. Fucking what is your specific purpose for coming here then?
I came here to give you a choice.
What choice?
Well, before, it was either gonna be I kill you again, or you let me break open the seal, but
if you're going to
seal's
kill
been
me
broken.
again, just let me stay dead.
That wasn't my choice. That was all you, baby bird, but well, your seal's already been broken. So your choices have changed, lucky you. So, I can leave. I'll take protection with me. We'll head on out of here, go bother somebody else for a bit. But then you'll be here. Alone. No one to keep you in check. The curse growing inside of you. Every flicker of emotion from you could trip off any of them. She waves in the direction of Armath. You ready for that kind of responsibility? You ready to not have anyone to help you? Teach you the ropes.
What are you suggesting as an alternative?
What I'm suggesting. And Esmond, I need you to roll a perception check.
I'm not good at that. I rely on Shoshin for that.
You can have advantage.
Okay. 16.
16.
Yeah, it's fucking
There's-
spooky in here.
Yeah, it's this circle of darkness where it's difficult to make out.
Circle of hell.
It's difficult to make out anything beyond it other than your own hands before you and the dread doing slow circles. But you do see something coming from kind of diagonally above, coming down towards you at a very fast speed. It's
Oh my god, it's the meteor. That wiped out the dinosaurs.
Oh my god. I hope you have your game set up. But
Get down, Mr. President.
But it is a bolt of light almost. But there's, you've seen spells that kind of look like that or such. But there's something familiar about it. You don't remember seeing this specifically before. But you have seen it before. You don't know why, but the memory won't come to you.
I wonder why.
And that's when you know to duck. What do you do, Esmond?
Probably that. If I feel it in my jimmies, may as well indulge.
You drop, not entirely sure why. You have this instinct and this memory from a memory you don't actually have. And then this bolt of light hits the dread square in the chest, and you see a flicker, a moment. 3 pairs of wings, all outstretched behind the figure, chains wrapped around arms, claws of light on outstretched hands, and so many fucking eyes. And you watch. Maybe some part of you knows who this is. You don't realize in this exact moment, though. And you watch as he takes her by the throat, tackles her through the gates, and there is a... Oh, what's the word I want? Like a crater of an impact as he tackles her through the gate and down the hill. And you just hear this almost screeching noise. And one part that's almost metallic, furious screeching. And then almost in reply to it, this buzzing, horrible static screech. And the ground shakes. And you hear Hayes yell out, but that can't be right. Would it make sense for him to call for your father? What would you like to do, Esmond?
I mean, I know he's a Desica. Wait, no, I don't know he's a Desica.
You don't.
I only Okay.
You theorized, but
Esmond doesn't know.
The gates still hang open.
Are they like on their hinges?
They look rough. They could still be closed, but...
Is the darkness dispelled?
Yes, it went with her.
Alright. Esmond's like still like crouching, like fingertips touching the ground, like he's getting ready to sprint somewhere. He looks around. Hayes? I'll run over to him.
Esmond, he begins to run towards you, and you see the chain wrap around his waist, and that woman tries to tug him towards her again.
Fuck off, woman. I'm misogynistic now.
Yeah, do you want to try again?
To what?
To kick her out.
Fuck her. Tell her to fuck off. Yeah, fuck off, woman.
Alright. I just had my dice for... There it is. This time it does work, as you watch the chain come unspooled, and she is ejected to the gate.
Yeah, I want to wait. They like, when they get ejected, they turn into sand. I don't feel very good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they reappear outside.
Hell yeah.
Sand.
Immediately, you see townspeople trying to rush to the gates to close them. You hear hurried footsteps, and you glance back in the direction of the teleport circle and see first Havoc and then a few other members of her crew hurrying through on Alice's request. And Havoc immediately beginning to yell for people to barricade the gates herself not even fully knowing what's going on here. What would you like to do?
Talk to Hayes. Hayes.
He holds your forearms and pulls you in to check you over. What
I'm fine.
What
Good.
was
Oh,
that?
good. Why did you call that thing?
You see that kind of now familiar, confused expression on his face. Almost like he, similar to you, had an instinctual reaction to it without realizing what it was. It felt right. I don't know.
Can I, do we have ramparts at all?
You have walls and you can, move along them. They're still rather on the simpler side.
Okay, they have, a little bit of... You can look over them a little?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I, climb up one of the walls and try to see what the fuck is going on outside as they close the gates?
Yeah, sure. I won't even make you roll to climb, because I'm sure there's a ladder somewhere.
Yeah.
You climb up, and as your head crests the top of spiked logs, and you try to look down, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh. Okay. I suppose. It's 8. It's 8.
8.
The number is 8.
You feel fear. It is not fear of you, though. It is not your newly discovered power that is causing this welling of emotion. You look over the edge, and it's impossible to describe what you see because you're not even quite sure what you see. It is dark, and it is massive, yet somehow you couldn't see it from the ground. It is dark, and yet there are colors, and it is just this incredible sense of fear that digs deep into your chest, and just this small bead of light underneath it that's trying to beat it back. And you're almost frozen in fear for a moment, watching these two fight, argue. You're not entirely sure.
The idea and concept this is just an argument between,
two eldritch beings.
Yeah.
One very small angel versus an unknowable beast of fear.
Yeah.
And you watch another exchange of blows that almost seems to glide over your mind, not even fully able to absorb the specifics of what's going on. And then there is a loud crack of lightning, and the both of them are gone. And yet the fear still remains, and you are frozen in position, stuck, clutching the sides of this wall, with just this awful dread burrowing into your chest.
Take a shot.
Yeah, and you're almost stuck there for a few moments. Your muscles locked into place. If you were able to move, you'd probably be hyperventilating. And
Cool.
what shakes you out is a hand that lands between your shoulder blades. I can't spell. Just large and warm and very gentle, and it still startles you. And it's been a long time since you felt that touch, but you know it's Hayes. As he climbed up after you and kind of crouches next to you. As, are you all right? What did you see?
I saw... It looked like... It looked like a point of light. Just a small one, like a marble. In the middle, just a hurricane of... I think I'm going to be sick.
All right,
Like, actually.
Let's get you down. Come on. And he doesn't like guide you to the ladder. He picks you up and then jumps off the side of the wall.
I hope he has good shock absorption.
Yeah, Goliath.
The knees.
He don't feel that shit. Bones rock.
Bone rock.
He lands with this heavy impact, and you see distantly like Havoc start to try to approach you and ask what's going on. And Wolf is redirecting her, looking over at you two, confused. And Hayes...
Is it weird that I kind of want to talk to Havoc more than I want to talk to Hayes? He stresses me out right now.
You can call for her to come as well, but he is ignoring all of them and just turning and walking straight to your house.
Okay. Fuck. Hayes,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Just nauseous. Weird. You know, it's like when a basically kind of sort of personification of fear sort of feel like I looked at something like, you know, you're not supposed to look at the sun.
Yeah.
I definitely just looked at the sun, except instead of it scorching at my eyeballs, it sort of made my stomach feel like it's no longer a stomach, but rather like a punching bag for the amusement of Havoc and her goons.
Right.
Uh,
I'll put you down. He awkwardly puts you back down on the ground.
I hadn't, as like gets his balance back. Gonna be honest, I hadn't noticed you were carrying me. I'm gonna crouch here for a second. He just sort of like squats.
Right. I'll keep anyone from bothering you, and you can already see like some of the townspeople trying to approach. Hayes.
Havoc is Havoc around.
I'll tell her to come over. And Hayes moves away and tries to, like, you know, redirect some of the townspeople. He's very socially awkward.
Yeah.
So it kind of just ends up an unintentional intimidation. And after a few moments of trying very hard not to throw up, you hear footsteps, and then somebody crouches down next to you, and you see the pale skull mask of Havoc. Hey, what was... what was all that about? The call was freaking out one minute, and then I show up here, and there's some kind of... I don't know, what happened, Desmond?
I think the call opened something.
Yeah? A door? Your house? Is that why
I can't recall if you're aware of the information that the Dread is my mother.
You haven't told me that, but I hear things.
Thought you were going to say you see the family resemblance. It might be part of the reason I feel so nauseous.
Is that who Hat Lady was?
Yeah.
That's who killed you, right?
Yeah, lovely reunion.
Right. Normal. Awesome.
I think that there is something that wants to get out of me.
Like...
Of a Desico nature, perhaps.
That's not good.
I need you to tell me how to stop it.
I I mean, I've got more knowledge about Desico and their kind, more than the average person, but I haven't dealt with an actual active, guy. I've just got the dead one.
She said that it's going to keep opening the thing that the call broke open. And I want to close it. Havoc.
Well, if you want it closed, we'll ask the call to close again. Is it answering you? It's not. I assumed it was busy with you, and that's why I wasn't answering.
Can I talk to the call?
Or Larcana.
It's fine. 18.
Nobody's home right now.
Fuck. The call's not responding right now.
Oh no, it's not just like the call's not responding.
Oh.
Like, the feeling of the call is not there. Which,
the call
sorry, go ahead.
The call isn't responding, and I'm not sure where it went. I'm not. It doesn't feel to me like how it feels to you and Alice, I imagine, but it's not there.
If I guess we can only be optimistic then. If it's not here with you or here with me, then it must be Alice.
Does it do that? I thought it had a bit more mobility in speaking to more than one person at a time.
I thought it did too, but I think that you have enough on your plate at this moment that let's not throw something else on the pile.
You're being awfully nice to me.
Have you seen yourself?
No, but...
She shoves a hand into, like, a pocket and pulls out, like, a scuffed up piece of cloth that, close enough to a handkerchief, and hands it to you.
What's...
Your face is a bit...
I'll wipe my face.
Yeah, I think that's why Hayes was trying to get you away from people. You wipe it and look down at the handkerchief, and you see this oil slick sludge that you briefly recognize as what you had been coated with when you woke up in the Call's Cave.
Can I feel my face?
Yeah, you were crying that shit.
Gross. That's thick.
It is thick.
Damn, I was experienced that. Maybe I need some water. Maybe that's why I'm feeling sick. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'm just dehydrated because of the god goo. Can I look around? Do I see Maya or Pal, God forbid?
You don't see Pal right now, but you hear...
Fuck.
You can hear Maya's voice. You can't see her currently, but you can hear her voice giving people instructions to reboard up the gate, watch for the return of the people. You hear her saying something about, like, I know they all just disappeared in that flash of light, but, like, we need to... Everyone get your weapons out, get what armor we have. You know, she's, like, immobilizing the town, just in case. And you see somebody standing off to the side, as if waiting for the proper time to interrupt.
Is it Erland?
No, it is a
Fuck!
It is a drow with long white hair, but they wear a pale blue mask, and you recognize it as Spectre, Havoc's second in command.
Right.
And she's waiting as if, waiting for the good time to interrupt you two.
I think now's as good a time as any.
Yeah, do you wait for her to come over?
Esmond just kind of meets her eyes, I guess, through the mask, meets the eye holes of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she immediately quickly moves over, and you've never heard her speak. The other party has heard her speak before, but as she approaches, she gives a quiet, "Mr. Classy," and then turns to Havoc and starts to speak in sign language to her, which you have seen Spectre do before. And they seem to have a brief exchange before Spectre dips her head again to you and then turns and walks off.
I know Braille, I don't know that.
Yeah. And Havoc glances down at you. So my people are heading out to sweep the woods to see if they can find any sign of anyone still lingering. Apparently most of them seem to disappear at the same moment. There's someone asking to speak with you. Are you alright with that?
Can't say I'm in the best dress, but sure.
Yeah.
I'm all... Yeah, fuck it. Let's... Yeah. Who wants to talk to me?
She gives a wave towards what you recognize as another of her people, and they let somebody pass to come and walk over to you. And your head is pounding. You've got goo on your face that you're still trying to scrub off a bit. The pain in your chest still hasn't fully faded. And it takes a moment for your vision to fully clear as you see a plain green shirt, some leather pants, belt with a sword strapped to it, long cloak. Looks like he's been traveling a long time. He looks very concerned as
my
he
father. I'm gonna
comes to a stop a few steps away and says,
Gabriel Clausy, your time is nigh.
And says, are you alright? As you see your father, Gabriel Clausy. And we're gonna end there for now.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to this man.
We're gonna end there.
Man, I've got at least 3 breakdowns lined up.
Yeah.
So it's going well.
It's going horribly.
No, it sounds like it went well. You meant like your family. Right? Some people don't have one. You should be appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's...
Well, things always get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
I think that they will keep getting worse.
Well, that can also happen. That's also the case sometimes.
Man.
It'll be fine. It went great.
What's the worst that happened?
I have so much energy that I don't know what to do with now.
Like Esmond.
I have all these bad vibes. I need Esmond.
Ooh, you wanna let the evil goo out so bad.
I don't want to let the evil goo out.
It's not
evil. I think it's gonna be used for evil one way or the other.
The emotional vulnerability that was almost exhibited by Esmond Clausy in this moment.
Yeah?
Of talking to Havoc.
Oh, you didn't think your father would leave so quickly, did you?
I did. I thought maybe he would be preoccupied with certain somebody for a little bit longer, but apparently he's really good at taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Fucking venti looking ass.
He doesn't look
like the
Venti.
little no, like the little spirit guy, the little
He
creature
doesn't
against the
look like
darkness.
that.
let me get you an image. I feel sick.
I think that went great.